Well, hello there, and welcome back to the penultimate video of the walkthrough right here of Final Fantasy IX on Missildine Online. This is great. This is really cool because we're about to finish this game. I promised I would get it done this month, and I am. It is done. The month of June. It is done, just like I said it would be, which is awesome. I love that I'm on schedule. So, woo! What did I do to get prepared? So, as you probably know, it might be up on the channel already, there is a little, loose ends side quest thing that I did. I completed all of the chocographs entirely, so those are done. I have my S rank, I have a ton of items, I got the Excalibur for Steiner, I have a ton of things that I've done. I've also leveled up a little bit. As you can see, Dagger was not in my leveling party, and it shows. She is only level 36, whereas everybody else is pretty high up there in levels. And I didn't do any major preparation because I didn't really have to after doing all the chocographs. After I did all that, I had plenty of equipment and good things, and it was pretty great. So, let's talk about some abilities first before we do what we need to do. So what I did first off is I gave Vivi this, which is a Reflect times 2, doubles the strength of spells by using Reflect. That is an amazing ability that he's going to need big time coming up. So I gave it to him. As well as that, I also took away level up because we're about to face a boss. And I put on Auto Reagan instead. He also has Magic Element Nullify, which nullifies Magic Element, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So he has that, meaning abilities wouldn't do anything to him. Certain, like any fire or thunder or water or whatever, just wouldn't touch him. The only things that would are flare, which of course it would, because that's the most powerful spell in the game. And for Steiner, we're actually going to give him Auto Reagan and Auto Life as well, so he can get rid of level up. He can also get rid of Antibody and Clear Headed. We don't need it for the first fight that will be coming up, so we're going to give him Auto Reagan. Although you could take away Auto Reagan, and I think what we'll do instead is we'll give him Auto Reflect, which will work a little bit better. And for Dagger, we're also going to take away her Insomniac, and we're going to hopefully give her, take away her Locomotion as well. And we're going to give her the Auto Haste. Now, we could also take away High Tide and give her Reflect Null, which I think we're going to do just so that she has the ability to heal through any reflects that we throw up. So I think that's what we're going to do. As for Zidane, again, he's pretty much great. He has, as you can see, every ability that you can possibly have in the game. So the only ones that I really want him to have are the ones that allow him to steal better, which include Bandit, Master Thief, and I don't want him to have Mug, actually, because I don't want him to accidentally kill the boss. And when he does attack, I want him to really hurt, so I'm going to give him MP attack as well. You could give him long reach instead. Back row attacks act like front row attacks, which is okay, I guess. Other than that, I think we're going to be okay for the first fight that we're going into. I would give him counter, but again, I don't want him to kill the boss without us being able to steal from the boss. So, what are you going to do? What are you gonna do? Alright, so that's it for my party. They're pretty much okay. The only thing is their health is a little low, so I have to heal them up, which I'll just do that right now real quick. Okay, so as soon as you're ready, you can depart. I wanted to also mention that I will be leveling up more once we get through a little bit of Alexandria, of Memoria, which is where we're going to go, which is the Iifa Tree, right now anyways. So this is a good spot to level up in, is right above Gizmaluke's Grotto, right where we are. There is Grand Dragons right here. Now the reason Dagger is so low is because I had Quina in the party casting level 5 Death on the Grand Dragons, because they're level 60, so they were instantly dying, which was great. However, they only give 8,000 experience when you have all 4 people, so yeah, not the most fun. Okay, so what we're going to do right away is we're going to head to the Iifa Tree. Now, don't worry too much about preparations going into this first little thing. it's really the end of Memoria that we need to worry about. So I'm just kind of opening up Memoria and getting in there, and then we're going to go do some more off-screen, loose-end types things. All of my training is going to be off-screen. You're not going to see me do any of that, as always. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is we're looking at this beautiful thing. I would suggest going down and just saving real quick. As you can see, I've been really busy. The start of Disc 4, we were at 42 hours. As start of Disc, currently right now I'm at 51 hours. So I've spent a lot of time doing the chocographs and everything else, So jump in and get ready for perhaps the coolest part of this damn game. I'm not even joking. This next part coming up is so awesome. So, head for this purple ball and enter. Enjoy. Look who came to the rescue. All ships clear a path for the Invincible. Can't let you guys steal the credit by or show by yourselves. Look, it's Baku, Tantalus, and Sid. What? How do you know to show up here? Probably because of Baku. He loves big showdowns. Now let's lose those dragons. So the entire Limblum fleet has shown up to fight these silver dragons. You remember fighting those? We fought one in Pandemonium right before we fought. And look at this. Ready? Boom. Looks like the Red Rose has got wings. General Beatrix, our ship is going to burst. Do not fret. Your captain is about to enter Valhalla. You are a Pluto Knight, now act like one. We all know you came along because you were worried sick about Captain Steiner. Did you say something? Red Rose. Could it be? Beatrix. Quite a woman you fell in love with. You're one to talk. Wait a minute, Steiner. What do you mean by that? Alright, let's bust through. How awesome is this? Ugh. And into Memoria we go with the help of 2 nations. And as soon as you enter into Memoria, you are attacked by the King of Dragons. You are attacked by the Nova Dragon, one of several bosses that we will fight in Memoria. Now, there's actually a pretty simple strategy here. To kill Nova Dragon, you really want to use a tent on him. I know that sounds weird because it's going to heal him, but believe me, throw a tent on the Nova Dragon and you'll be fine. Luckily for us, we also had Steiner hit trance, so he's going to be doing 9,999 with every attack. Now, a tent healed him, but it also should have given him status afflictions, which is pretty great. Hopefully it caused it to go blind. It might not have. Then what you want to do is you want to bounce bounce spells off of Steiner, because he's got Reflect on him. And obviously, Dagger is able to nullify Reflect, which is great. And then we want to steal with Zidane. The Nova Dragon has Grand Armor, Dragon Wrist, and a Remedy. And has 59,940 health, so practically 60,000. And Zidane is awesome and was able to steal the Grand Armor on the first try. Gnarly. So just keep attacking with Steiner, Zidane, once you're done satisfied with his stealing, and keep having Vivi cast Blizzaga on Steiner, and you will be fine. I would also like to add that most likely this will be my team for the remainder of the game. And the Nova Dragon is down. Easy peasy, especially since we came in here with a level 36 dagger, which is not the greatest. King of the Dragons is dead. And we now have access to Memoria. Are you sure this will work, Quina?
Is no problem. I warp in from outside before.
I guess this is the only exit anyway.
We find some magic field outside when we come back. I warp in when I step into magic field outside.
Alright, I guess it's no use worrying. And Quina's always the last. Welcome to Memoria. What is this place? What's wrong, Zidane? Did someone just call my name? No. That's weird. Maybe you're just hearing things. I don't think so. You hear that? I hear nothing. Zidane, can you hear me? Garland? I am speaking only to you. Garland, what is this place? Memoria, a place of memories. Memories? Yes. Your memories brought forth this place. Here, you shall witness the entire truth. You have no choice. Now go. What are you talking about? Damn. Zidane, what's going on? You all heard me talking, right? Looks like I was the only one who heard him. I was just talking to Garland. He told me that our memories created this place. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I guess we'll just have to move forward. Alright, so we're going to continue with our awesome team here. And obviously there will be random encounters as you move forward. Some of the enemies that you can encounter in this area are Ash, Chimera, Iron Man, Veteran, Stilva, Behemoth, and, well, that's about it. And then crystal versions of them. Now, if you look here, you can actually have a choice to return to the Invincible. It's like this magic beam that's talking down, so you can leave Memoria at any time. Also, no Moogles are here, so you have this, which you can use a tent and save just like you could at a Moogle, and you also have the option to switch party members, which is great. And if you come here, you can find Kane's Lance. Kane's Lance is Freya's basically strongest lance that she can equip. One of them anyway. The dragon's hair is also very strong. And this is a Chimera, which I would suggest killing because they give you a ton of experience points. They're actually the most experience points of any, I believe, target. Really wish I would have kept antibody on Zidane. So after defeating just one Chimera, and with Zidane having the virus on him, everyone was able to get 14,000 experience points, which is very, very, very good. And also 4 ability points, which is great. Now, the Grand Armor that you were able to steal from the Nova Dragon, you can also equip onto Steiner, giving him Restore HP and Chemist, which is cool. Then we just want to continue forward into Memoria, and you'll find this cool room, and right here... Doesn't seem to be anything. However, if you hit square, you will find Master Phantom. I'm the ghost of a card master long departed. Are you challenging me to a card game? You can challenge those guys, just remember they're very, very tough. So go on these ow! Now, I wouldn't worry too much about killing these enemies. You can run from them, and it'll be fine. So of course, you feel free to do that if you want. There are other places to earn experience points more easily, at least right now, anyways, because we're a little underpowered for this area. And a lot of the enemies here have instant cast deaths, so you don't really want to deal with that situation right now. So moving forward, make sure you go to your abilities and equip Body Temp. You need Body Temp on right now because you're about to fight a boss that likes to use heat, and heat is not a good thing in this game at all. Heat is bad. Everyone at this point of the game should have body heat, so just go ahead and equip that and keep running forward. So on this map, you'll find a really cool item as well for Zidane. Now right here, where is it? So the tower is right here. The tower is an item for Zidane, and you can go and take a look at that if you'd like. Now he has his best weapon in the game, so there is no point in having this, but it could add status many if you use that ability. So that exists. A weapon that defines a great thief. So you could use that if you so choose. I'm not going to, obviously, because I have the best weapon in the game, so no point. But, yes. And then we continue on this way. Now, while walking up this ramp, you're going to encounter the boss. So again, make sure everyone has the body temp ability, and that one of your characters has auto reflect on, so that Vivi can cast Blizzaga on that person, and we also, of course, are going to want to have Zidane steal, like always. Now, the boss appears just like any random encounter, but it's not. It's a boss. In fact, this boss might look familiar. This is Malorus. With over 59,497 health, I am one of the Chaos Guardians. Kneel before my power. And this is the same creature that Freya and Amaranth fought. Kind of. It does a ton of damage, so be careful. So with Steiner, you want to equip him with his Ragnarok that we got from the thing and use Shock. And for Vivi, all we want Vivi to do is cast Blizzaga on Steiner and attack, while Zidane is stealing the entire time. Now again, you don't want to kill this boss because we kind of need her around. Now you'll remember she was the Fire Shrine Guardian that Amaranth and Freya fought, so of course, weak to ice. And again, she tried to use Mustard Bomb and failed. And perfect. So Zidane stole the Masamune and the Ultima sword. He also has the Genji armor, so I would also highly suggest getting that as well, because that is another very rare item. So I would suggest stealing the Genji item, the Genji sword as well. The Genji armor, not sword. And perfect. Wow. and Malaris will go down fairly easily once you decide to actually bring her down. I'm also summoning Shiva, because ice is really good, and we haven't seen Shiva in action yet, so why not look at her? She's so pretty. Dat butt though. Not the greatest amount of damage, but some. And that does a massive amount of damage and killed Zidane, so that's not good. And with that, Malaris goes down and casts one more attack. Raining Swords. Which does a fair good amount of damage. And there we go. One of the Chaos Guardians gone. Technically Fire Shrine as well, so Fire Shrine boss dead? And look at that, tons of stuff was learned. And just continue running this way after downing Malaris. And on this map, you'll see a nice little shift happen. So look, it's Alexandria. Isn't this Alexandria? What is Alexandria Castle doing here? And... again, memories. What you talk about? I not see anything. Of course you can't see anything. You weren't with us at the time, so it's not in your memory. In his bid to defy me, Kuja tried to acquire Alexander. An incident 10 years ago started everything. 10 years ago? What happened 10 years ago? And if you come up here, you can get another weapon called the Angel Flute, for, of course, Ego. Now, before continuing forward, there's actually another save point, I believe, over here? There we go. It's invisible, so it's kind of hard to see. Actually, I forgot to resurrect. Hey, he just needs an elixir, that's fine. Alright, so, and then I would save here, because we've gone 2 bosses in. And now we can continue forward. Now, before doing too much, I would suggest also equipping your party with Clear-Headed. Clear-Headed would be a really good ability to have right now. You can actually even take body temp off. It's not needed anymore. So I would make sure Clear-Headed is on everyone. Now, the next boss also coming up also uses wind-based things. So anything that reduces wind damage is going to be very great. Like the Robe of Lords, for instance, wind damage is reduced by 100%. So I would just try to make sure that everything, or you at least have something that reduces wind in some form. The coronet, the hat, also reduces wind damage by 100%. There you go. Once you feel you're ready, just continue on through this, what looks like Alexandria Castle. Storm. And there's also something right here, and again, that is another card master. And there's in fact only 2 more items left in the entirety of Memoria, which includes the Rune Claws and I believe the Mace of Zeus, I believe. And just run forward, and you'll see, looks like, hey, what are you doing? You shouldn't go anywhere, there's a storm. I wonder who that is. Dagger, I just saw a little girl on a ship, and I guess it was my imagination. Yeah, had to be. What I just saw definitely isn't one of my memories. What's going on? What was my memory? Why was Zidane able to see it? Zidane? Yeah, what's up? You didn't imagine anything. Wait, you saw it too? That means that little girl was you. But why was I able to see something from your memory? I don't know. Hey, Garland, what's going on? Garland? Can you hear me? Darn. I feared Gaia's idolings more than anything. However, I decided to deal with them before they became a major problem. By destroying Maiden Sorrow. Alright, and then you want to head up these stairs and be prepared for a battle. Kind of. What is that thing? That eye. It's the same eye I saw on the night of the storm at sea. Zidane, can you hear me? Zidane? What you just saw was from your memory, and not Garnet's. What? I don't remember ever being in a storm at sea. You still don't understand. You will find out soon enough. What do you mean? Can other people's memories become a part of my own? Garland! Once you accept everything, the answer will appear before you. A tremendous force was summoned to Gaia during the Age of War. However, the Gaians were not ready to harness so great a power. They were terrified and broke the jewel into 4 pieces, and they prayed never to see it again. Ah! I'm thinking out loud here. I'm thinking Zidane was on board the Invincible the day that Maiden Sorrow was destroyed. Now, if you run forward, you will get into... I think this is just a random encounter. Nope, this is the fight I was thinking of. So this is against Tiamat. You have defeated Tiamat. Or, Malorus. For Tiamat, there is only victory. So Tiamat is actually the wind shrine that Steiner and Vivi fought. That's who this is. So to beat him easily, or more easily, I should say, is just have Dagger act as the medic of the party. And then Zidane should steal. Now Tiamat has 59,494 health, and has the Grand Helm, Feather Boots, and Blood Sword. So that is not good. That was not in my notes. Okay, guys, so I lied. Keep body temp on your characters, because I made a boo-boo. All right, so we stole the Grand Helm. Now he also has the Blood Sword, which is sort of a rare item. So we kind of want that. Now we want Vivi to cast Meteor on Tiamat. We also want to keep stealing. And of course we want Steiner to cast Shock. And hopefully this Meteor will actually do something to Tiamat. Nope, missed as always. Good. So Zidane was able to steal all 3 items right in a row, which is beautiful. Now Zidane can just attack, and Vivi can bounce Flare off of Steiner. Now Tiamat is weak versus Earth, but I don't believe we have any Earth abilities right now. The only one I can think of is Finra. And Tiamat also has counter, so physically attacking him isn't the greatest idea. Especially since he literally just got rid of him with counter. These are not in my notes. Why don't I have these written down in my notes? Anyways, you can still do it even without Zidane. Just use Bounce Flare off of Steiner, and of course have Steiner use Shock, and he'll be down in no time. And of course, Dagger needs to be healing everyone. And Tiamat goes down. Thanks to Steiner for carrying this battle. So, I'm sorry guys, I'll hopefully remember to fix the video and put that you should have body temp equipped as well. That could have gone really, really poorly for us if I had died. So there should be rune claws also on this map. And I don't remember where. Right here. So right here you'll find rune claws, which is great. And then head up the stairs and into the eye. Now, on this map, you'll also find, if I can remember where it is, a hidden save point. Alright, so there is the save point kind of hidden in that wall there. So we definitely need to use a tent. And you can save if you choose. I'm probably going to do that. Okay, now, for this next battle, everyone needs to have, so I would take out clear-headed, because we weren't even attacked by anything like that. So you need body temp. Body temp needs to be on there, on everyone, so make sure they have that. Again. And Vivi has a very useful ability in Magic Element Null. So if you can get him to use that, go for it. I would need another 6 gone, so I would have to take off like Auto Reagan or something to be able to use that, and I don't really want to, but I'd rather just use equipment to do that. So again, just make sure everyone has body temp. And you'll be fine. And then go to equipment, and the next boss uses water. Lots and lots of water. So try to find something that will take away water damage. So headgear, for instance, water damage reduced by 50%. And I thought there was one that absorbs water, but I could be wrong. So a circlet is earth damage. Let's throw on a headgear. Glass armlet also reduces damage by 50% from water. Mithril vest. So you get the gist. Just go ahead and make sure that you have at least something that lowers magic or water. And this would also be a good time if you haven't used it or learned it yet. Iifa is also a pretty good ability to have right now. Iifa is fire, and the next boss that we're fighting against is weak versus fire, I believe. I could totally be wrong, but I'm hoping I'm not. Okay, so let's go. Basically, always head up. Or, except in this case. And you'll also find another card master right here, which is a strong phantom. And continue this way, past this bell tower, past all of this. Cool looking road, though. And continue, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? 2 moons colliding. No, they look more like planets. Why does this look so familiar? That is a picture of Gaia being simulated by Terra. 5,000 years ago, Terra, already an old planet, sought to assimilate Gaia. Terra needed to merge with a younger planet to survive. However, there was already life on Gaia. And so, the story began. Oh yeah, I saw this in Oilvert. Life on Terra was coming to an end. We had no choice but to proceed with the fusion, which tragically destroyed Terra's native civilizations. Terra was too old to assimilate everything. Thus, I created the Iifa Tree to regulate the flow of souls back to Terra. And just continue on this windy path. Random stupid encounters. And use this orb. But first, make sure that if anyone died, you resurrect them. And then use a tent. And then you can save if you so choose. Which we're going to, because I think I want to try doing something. So keep running towards this waterfall. And go right underneath it. And in this room, Quina is swimming.
Wow! We in ocean now. Fish everywhere. Yum yum.
What are you doing? Swimming after fish. Zidane, you help catch fish too. Oh, what this? Hard to breathe now. That's because you think we're inside an ocean. I can breathe fine. We not an ocean? That was weird. You're right. I breathe okay now. This is actually Quina's memory from probably when Clara was destroyed. Or actually after that, when she washed up on shore. Now, right over here, if you continue this way... Where is it? Now, there's actually a hidden boss here. And I don't know why it's not... There it is. So there will be a mysterious voice that tells you this, blah, 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 blah. And you can decide to either talk to him or don't. I would choose, you can leave or don't leave, but right now, I mean, Dagger's still at level like 36, 37. Probably not the best time to fight this, but this is the optional boss, Hades. We'll come back here later, but for right now, I want to try it. So just walk around while hitting X. You'll see the mysterious voice. Leave. I just want to show you who dares disturb my sleep. Leave at once or you will die. Don't leave. Prepare to die. And I'll just show you what this is, and in another video, I will do all of the secret bosses. All of them. All 3 of them. There's only 3. And this is Hades. Now for Hades, I'll have a more general thing. I just wanted to show you who he is real quick, and how much damage he can actually do to your face. So it's looking like I might actually be able to kill Hades, so let's talk about Hades real quick. Now, it's unknown how much health he has, but you can steal a Robe of Lords, which is the best robes in the game. You can steal battle boots, running shoes, and possibly a reflect ring, according to my notes. I don't know why I have that though. That's 4 items. Most bosses usually don't have 4. So basically you want Dagger to use reflect, and also to just act as a, there we go, there's the reflect ring. You basically just want Dagger to act as the health, the whatever you want to call it. What am I thinking? Medic. That's what I'm thinking. You want to have Dagger act as the medic, just like you have on and everything else, and you want to have everyone else be attacking with everyone else. You want Steiner to be shocking, and you want Vivi to be casting Flare on Steiner since he has auto reflect on him. And of course you want to still be stealing because Robe of Lords is very, very hard to get. Yes, you can get multiples of them in the game. However, they cost 10,000 Chocobo hot and cold game points each. So, hard to get. But I was able to kill Hades. So that's a thing. So Hades is beaten. Not even cool. Look at that. And he gives experience, which is great. But I wasn't able to steal the Robe of Lords. If I had thought that that was going to be a serious fight, I might actually restart that and steal the Robe of Lords. I don't know. I commend you for overcoming me. I shall reward you for your impressive feat. Bring 2 pumice pieces here, and I will synthesize them for you. The end product is something only I can create. Now you can talk to Hades. He'll say, have you brought the items? Now he actually has a legendary, oh look at Robe of Lords. He has a legendary synth shop. Very cool. Very cool. The only reason it's legendary is because look at this. What? You can get Save the Queen? What? Crazy. Crazy. Now you only have 1 hammer in the entire game, so I wouldn't suggest using it, because if you have it in your inventory, it will actually act as wow, I can speak. It will act as a thing to make the story longer when you beat the game. But everything that he has is very, very good, and only he can usually make these things. This we're not going to make because there's actually a way of getting this later, and that's from another secret boss. And Puma's piece we're obviously not going to use because that would involve using our hammer, and we don't want to do that. Save the Queen, though, we'll probably end up doing, and we'll also end up doing a ton of Phoenix Pinions at some point, and Ethers are obviously very, very easy to do. You can only do this here, however. So, also Robe of Lords, a very, very great robe. Tin armor is the best armor in the game, but again, don't use the armor. And Protect Ring, of course, all elemental damage reduced by 50% is amazing. However, you don't have many Dark Matters or Rebirth Rings in this, so I can't say that you should use those. In fact, what I'm going to do is see what I actually have for abilities. For weapons. So I have 3 javelins, which I believe is why I got them earlier. I have 3 javelins in 4 silver gloves, so I'm actually going to, right now, I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to create the Save the Queen sword. Which, by the way, also has another ending at the end of the game if you have the Save the Queen sword. So, it's now ours. We just made a Save the Queen sword. So you can go and see what that does. Oh, wow. Isn't that weird? Yeah, Steiner can't actually equip Save the Queen. I know. It stinks. Whatever. So you can't actually equip it, but you can go down and see it in your inventory. It's a long sword used by Holy Knights. Elemental defense, fire damage reduced by 50%. Interesting. So, of course, the only one that can equip it is, but it will get you an extra video at the end when we beat the game. So we have both items in our inventory that will allow us to do that. So, yeah, we're going to see the longest possible ends we can have, which is just so cool. I love that that's a thing that I can do for you guys. Makes my playthrough better than everyone else's. See? Save the Queen. Gnarly. And, of course, you can talk to Hades still, and you can come back here anytime and get the white robes and the black robes. To get the Robe of Lords, you need 4 Robe of Lords to be able to have everyone do that. I believe the white robe and the black robe, if I'm not mistaken, where can you buy those? I think you can get them from Dagoro. I believe you synthesize them. So, I think. So you should always be able to make those Robe of Lords. I think the black robe takes like a Gaia gear and an NK armlet, and the white robe does a Gaia gear and a Jade armlet. And I think the Gaia gear you can always get from... Jeez. I think you can buy it in Dagoro as well. I think you can just buy it. And the Inkai armlet... I don't know. We'll figure it out, but you can totally always use these and not worry about it. So yeah, now that we got that, let's continue on with what we need to do. However, because we did that, we're actually going to go backwards and go back to the save so that we can use, we'll need to use 2 tents, and we'll save on a different slot because I don't know if I want to steal a Robe of Lords yet. I don't think I do. I don't think I care. Alright, and now we want to just continue up these stairs and be prepared. I don't know why I did that. But you'll see this little area. So Gaia used to be just one big ocean. How do you know? I don't know. For some reason it's in my memory. I wasn't even born at the time, doesn't make any sense. And I was born on Terra, not Gaia, so how can it be in my memory? It's in my memory too. Gaia used to be covered with water. I'm getting a similar feeling as well. Maybe that means all existence can be traced back to a single source. I don't understand. Maybe. So continue up these stairs and you'll be attacked on your way up by none other than Release the Kraken. Alright, I am the Water Chaos Kraken. This, of course, was the Water Shrine. This is the one that I forgot to resurrect Zidane. Oh, shit. It's okay. We'll be okay. Alright, so he's weak to fire, I believe, which is weird. So we want to bounce Faraga off of Steiner. And of course, Steiner is going to be using Shock the entire time. Now, Kraken has the same amount of health as everyone else, 59,496 health. You can steal the Glutton's Robe, the Wizard Rod, and the Genji Helmet. So I would get those. And so you'll see that there's two tentacles, and then there's the Kraken himself. So we'll use... That's gonna hurt. Oh right, I forgot. We have body temp. So just continue to bounce Faraga off of Steiner. Now it might completely miss and hit the tentacles instead, but that's okay. And just keep stealing and try to get the Glutton's Robe if you can. It'd be very useful to have that. And this is the first time we get to see Iifa in this game. He looks like a giant bat. I actually don't like him in this game. I really like him in 8, Final Fantasy 8. I think he looks really cool. And this is probably one of the easiest bosses you'll fight. So just be aware of what's going on and you'll be fine. Then we stole the Wizard Rod, so all that's left is the Glutton's Robe. Now you can individually take out the tentacles, which doesn't hurt. Not that they do anything, but they will try to attack. They do the squirting thing on you, but you can kill those. I believe he regenerates them after a little while, so I accidentally used the wrong item as well on Steiner. I meant to use eye drops, but I didn't. And there we go, we got the Glutton's Robe, so we can just go ahead and kill the Kraken. And one of the tentacles is dead. And unfortunately, Zidane hit trance. I think this might heal him. Yeah. Oh well. I wanted to save Zidane's trance for 2 bosses away from now, but that's fine. Either way, this fight ends this round, so it's all good. And if Zidane gets the chance to use Grand Lethal, this fight is over. And I'm sure Steiner's gonna finish this up right now. No? Wow. We're actually going to be able to see Zidane take out a boss with Grand Lethal. It's been a while. And Grand Lethal from Zidane, let's see what happens. Definitely killed the tentacle. Wow, and miraculously it didn't kill the Kraken. That's weird. But Vivi's Firagas will. And it's dead. That's one dead Kraken. They released it, and we killed it. And continue up here. And continue across. And you'll find right here is another secret save point. And go all the way. Ow, now we only have 2 more bosses until the point where I'm going to end this current video, so Let's try to see if we can get there. Continue up these stairs, you'll find another Phantom Card Master right here. And let's head on to this cool door. Which looks like it leads to nowhere, but it leads to this. Jeez, that's one big fireball. Could it be a moon? This is the birth of Gaia. That's Gaia? Over 5,000 years ago. What's above that ladder? See for yourself. Terra reached the peak of its prosperity at this time. The people believed that their future was secure. Ultimately, that very hubris led to Terra's demise. Thus, I was created to deal with our plights. Very interesting. I don't believe there's anything on this current map, so just climb the ladder. And on this map, right in here, you'll find, I believe, Vivi's best weapon, the Mace of Zeus. So go ahead immediately and go equip that on Vivi. That will give him the ability Doomsday. Doomsday is one hell of an ability. In fact, it's super, super powerful. Okay, now what you need to do is you can go and equip Auto Float on your guys. That's pretty good. You can get rid of Body Temp, I mean it this time. And instead, you want to get Locomotion. Locomotion because the next boss can cast, can and will cast, I can think, holy crap. Stop. So, I'm gonna put Auto Float on everyone just to avoid his Earth Shake ability. Just so that we can not be hit by that. So with Locomotion on everyone, we're good to go. Now you could also equip Earth Absorbing or Nullifying things, but I'm not too worried about it. So enter into this room. And now if you were a speedrunner, you would be so happy right now if you were under 12 hours, because this is where you would get Excalibur 2. All right, so now we're fighting the Earth Guardian, which we've already fought, kind of. This is Lich. We've fought him, but in a smaller state. The Earth Chaos, Lich. But your life ends now, and basically you want Dagger to cast Reflect, and he's going to use this, which I think is Doom. Did it say Doom or Death? Whatever. And then you want Vivi to cast Flare on Steiner, and of course you want to steal with Zidane, which will steal, Lich has exactly 60,000 health, and you can steal the Black Robe, Siren's Flute, and Genji gloves from him. Now we, of course, want the Black Robe and the Siren's Flute. I also forgot to say that, hopefully none of your characters are in increments of 5. Because he has... Oh, no. Well, guys, I might have messed up big time. So for Lich, you also want to make sure that... For Lich, you want to make sure that you have... none of your characters are an increment of level 5, because I forgot that he has level 5 death. So you might be okay, maybe, depending. Just every chance you get, keep your guys healthy, and also have Vivi use Flare on Steiner so that it'll bounce off and do a ton of damage to the Lich, and also have Steiner using Shock, with Dagger curing everyone constantly, even though Lich has a ton of one-hit move deaths. He fortunately cannot kill all of my party, but just as a reminder for you, make sure not all of your characters are like all level 50, because you could run into some serious problems. Now, the only item I have left to steal from him is the black robe, which I'm not super worried about if I don't get it, because I'd rather just be able to kill him. A dagger's gonna die in a few turns anyways, so because of Doom. Auto life is actually a very great ability to have equipped on some of your characters right now if you can afford it. Although I think the ability to stop, to not get hit by stop is better. But that's gonna have to be down to personal preference, I suppose. There's no way of curing stop, so. Now remember, I'm also very underpowered for this fight. I have characters that are level 36. That's not good. And the Lich is dead. We were able to do that even with the whatever stacked against us. Unfortunately, we weren't able to steal the black robe, but you know, these things happen. And at this point, you could go into the corner and you could actually, whoa! You could actually get Excalibur 2. There's nothing. Is this it? Is there nothing else? This is space. Space, your journey is not over. Do not fear. Step forward and you will be closer to the truth. Go, Zidane. That's easy for you to say. What? So just walk back to where we were. There's a save point that we can use right here, I believe. Yep. And use a tent. Restore your MP. We only have one more boss fight for this video. Again, remember, this is the penultimate video. The next one you'll see will probably be us destroying some things, which will be great. Okay, as soon as you saved and healed up, continue into space. Now from here, you want to just keep going towards that light. It'll get bigger and bigger. You have entered a new realm. There are no more worlds. There is no more space. Follow your memory. Your original memory, and march forth. Garland, what exactly is our memory? Dot, 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 dot. Why can I remember other people's experiences and events that happened before my time? Dot, dot, dot. Garland, please tell me. Do not limit memory to just one individual's experiences from birth. That is only the surface. Every life born into this world, whether natural or artificial, requires a parent. And that parent also requires a parent. Life is connected one to another. If you trace the root of all life, there exists one source. The same can be said for memory. All life constitutes an intelligence that holds memory beyond experience. Memory is not isolated within individuals. It is an accumulation of generations of memories that continues to evolve. You can say that memory and evolution go hand in hand, but most life forms do not understand the true nature of memories, which explains why most memories never cross paths. So what am I going to find by tracing back our roots? A presence that presides over all life and memories. The crystal. Crystal? You are on your own now. Zidane, take care of Kuja. And protect the crystal. Farewell. Garland, wait! Garland! Even if I were created to serve one purpose alone, I do not regret being born to this world. And you are now in the crystal world. Is this the crystal that Garland was talking about? No. It's time for us to find out the truth. So, on these, the only random encounters that you'll find will actually be against lesser versions of the 4 Chaos Guardians that you've already defeated. And you'll see right away what I mean. Now, they don't give any experience points, and they only give ability points. However, they give a ton of ability points. The first one here is Malorus. You can decide to fight her if you want. Not a huge deal if you decide not to. So, as you can see, they gave 7. From just killing 1, it gave 7. So that's pretty good, and considering that they go down fairly easily, they have less than 30,000 health, that's for sure, and then they go down. So keep following this path. So before we go further, let's go into our abilities, and we can unequip Auto Float. We don't really need that coming up, so let's get rid of it. Instead, coming up, what I would give you is, I would say just to have, you're not going to need locomotion that I know of. As far as I know, for this next boss fight, we don't have to worry too much about it. So I would say, let's unequip locomotion as well. Let's just do body temp, because that's the only thing that can, like, kill us, that can really, really screw us over. Let's have that, and let's also have Devil Killer, because of what we're fighting is, I think, a devil. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to have that if you don't want it, but just a thought. So, continue on this path. And we continue down into the crystal. Continue running this weird little loop-de-loop thing. And make sure you use this before you step through there. You will also see that we have a new new option here, which is to teleport. That will actually teleport us back to the beginning of Memoria. However, you cannot teleport back to where we are right now. So, yeah. So if you want to experience the world outside of Memoria, you can easily do so. It's just you can't as easily get back to where we are now. Just keep that in mind. Of course, I'm going to be using it right after we kill this next boss. So the strategy for this next guy isn't that much, actually. So let's enjoy. So run forward and Kuja.
Nice of you to come. I'm surprised you beat the 4 chaoses that I created from the crystal's memory. But you're too late. Take a good look. Isn't it beautiful? It's the original crystal. This is where it all began, the birthplace of all things. Once I destroy it, everything will be gone. Gaia, Terra, the universe, everything. Your lives and memories too, of course.
Shut up. The only thing that's gonna be gone is you. I'll take you out right now.
You honestly think you can beat me? Even if you do, Gaia's already doomed. Its assimilation by Terra has begun, and the Iifa Tree will incite a cataclysmic destruction of Gaia. It's all over for you and your friends. See? I win either way.
It doesn't matter. Even if Gaia is assimilated, the planet will remain, and we'll start over to make a new home. Kuja, you're nothing but a coward. If you're gonna die, leave us out of it.
Why should the world exist without me? That wouldn't be fair. If I die, we all die. Zidane, you will be my first sacrifice.
Now you think, oh shit, you're fighting Kuja. But you're wrong. You're not fighting Kuja. Not yet. Instead, we have to fight Death Guys. Also, somebody who looks very, very similar to Taharka in a maybe a more evolved form, but this is Death Guys, or possibly Death itself. Now, it has the lowest health out of everyone that we've faced so far, with only having, yeah, so we want to keep casting Flare on Steiner like we always do. And also, holy shit, that did a lot of damage. And we'll resurrect Dagger as well. With only 55,000 health, you can steal Dual Claws, Black Belt, and an Elixir. Now, the Dual Claws, if I remember right, are actually the best weapons in the game for Amaranth. So, if you're thinking of using Amaranth, be sure to steal those from him. You know? Or at least just have those items to add to your inventory. Other than that, the battle the fight pretty much stays the same. There we go, we got the dual claws, so I don't really care as much about the elixir that he has. So just keep doing what you've always done for these boss fights, and we'll be using Dagger to try to keep everyone alive as long as she survives. And with Vivi casting Flare on Steiner and Steiner casting Shock on Death Guys, this fight will be over super, super quick. P.S. Dagger is having a very hard time staying alive. And Death Guys is down, with Dagger pretty much being dead the entire fight, and somehow we were able to do just fine.
How did they beat Death Guys? Do you really think you can beat me?
And Death Guys is dead. D-E-A, dead. Now, you actually can go back. You don't have to fight Kuja. You can actually go back and leave and save and everything else. So yeah, I would suggest going back and doing this because the next couple fights are the hardest in the game by far. So yeah, I would highly, highly suggest doing just that. So you can teleport out if you want and go do if you have any loose ends to tie up. I know we do. We have the hardest boss in the game to go kill, and also we need to level up our party a little bit, even though for some reason they were able to take down Memoria pretty damn easily. And isn't it exciting that we're already here at this stage of the game? So yeah, next time on the Final Fantasy IX walkthrough, we will be doing our very last video, and we will be destroying Trance Kuja, and maybe something more after that. Maybe something more. So, I'll see you guys then. Until next time, remember, never give up, never surrender.